Today, hey guys, this is Gaming Gotcha because yes, here. Um, I wish I was reporting good news. However, as you can read on the screen, this isn't good news. So, this is a friend of mine. His real name is Koichi. He is a Japanese child from a poor family. As you can see here, his parents used to sell him off to people or rent. Basically, they rent him off, which is already very vile, disgusting. Then he, and then we started playing a game. He said that he had to go. May 8th, 2022, 1:45 p.m. I'm done with the song. I'm leaving. Goodbye. I asked what he meant, essentially, and on May 8th, 2022, 7:36. I was in the middle of playing a game when he sent these two. I only saw one part of this. However, I used the responder that you can do on the notification bar to respond to this. He said that he was getting closer to it. My end is near. When I asked why, on May at 8:18, he said that they figured out that he had escaped. This is who I could only presume I could only presume to be the people that he had been rented off to, I guess, if what he said earlier is actually still going on. And I said, why? He said they had to go, and that they could hear them. I had no idea who they was at the time. I was being very ignorant. May 8th, 2022, 8:44 p.m. He says the following. Before I go, I would like to tell you goodbye. That you'll miss him. And that he will miss me. At 8:54, he said, see ya. I didn't see this until 9:40. As you can see, I'm quite worried. I asked him, I was just hoping this is a sick joke. It's just what I'm hoping it is at this point. This God damn it. Let me fill you in on the situation. Koichi is a friend of mine that I made a couple years back. About at least 1 or 2 years ago. One day I was bored and I decided to test just some random games I could find under most engaging. And I wanted to see what the number one game was, which turned out to be Gacha Online, which is where I met Koichi. He usually played as an anime for the Gacha version of an anime character. For example, Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. However, a couple months passed. He said that he was going to go AFK real quick. He came back. He said they had to go. I waited for a couple minutes. And he said that, and then he came back. He said they had to go. Followed by his mom just died. At the time, I was unaware that his parents had been selling him off. So, of course, I told him what you usually say whenever someone loses a loved one. Sorry for your loss. I was genuinely sorry for them. About a year or two passed. Now we're here. Last night, God, I have trouble even remembering the time. It might have been around 10. He said his screen was covered in blood. When I asked why, he said he has cuts. He had cuts, and they were bleeding a lot. Didn't even ask why. I didn't even ask why. I didn't even ask how. However, I told him to grab something like wraparound bandages, articles of clothing to wrap around his wounds, and then to apply pressure to try stopping the bleeding. I then told him immediately afterwards to call a hospital. After much debate, he finally did call the hospital. He went AFK for a little bit, then, and whenever he finished calling, he said that they were going to be there in about 5 to 15 minutes. I said, okay. And I told him to go in spectator mode and just watch. Because I'd been checking out what fucking Roblox Rap Battles 2 was. Because I remember Roblox Rap Battles 1. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. However, that's besides the point, but So he stayed on for a little bit. He went AFK for a while again. At this point, the server had died down. And it was just me and him. A random person to join. He was wondering why nothing was going on, and I explained the whole situation to him, and he understood clear as day. 15 minutes later, Coach comes back. He says he was allowed to bring his phone. The random friend had friended him, and me and him told him to keep the both of us updated. Cue him at 1:25 sending me those messages, and now we're here. If I had to create an explanation for what I think happened there, what happened, God, the people who have been renting him at the time of him going to the hospital have been out. They were out doing something like buying groceries or something along those lines. When they had returned home, they saw that Koichi, or in this case, Mr. Levkis, had been transported to the hospital. Was missing. They had found out that he had gone to the hospital and was being hospitalized for these 5 cuts. Turns out he'd actually send me the depths of the said 5 cuts. 4 of the cuts were 2 centimeters deep. One of the cuts was 3.5 centimeters deep. He said that the 3.5 centimeters deep would require stitches, and that the other 2 wouldn't. But still, Jesus Christ. Turns out that the cuts were actually self-inflicted too. I'd failed to mention that earlier. Whatever. This is a call to awareness to stop human trafficking, stop this kind of shit from happening. Koichi, if you're watching this on your phone, if what you're saying is true, call authorities. I want you to tell them the name of whoever's suing you, which I'm pretty sure at this point would be your dad. And I also want you to tell them the names of everyone you can remember. If those people are watching this, you guys are scumbags and deserve to go die in a hole. You guys are scumbags. You guys deserve death. I do sincerely hope that you guys just I hope you guys eat shit and die. I hope you guys just fucking have a stroke while having a seizure and survive all of it just to suffer from cardiac arrest. To Koichi, and if this isn't fake, to Koichi, or at least the person who has been playing Koichi this entire goddamn time, this turns out to just be some sick fucking joke. Shame on you. Shame on I genuinely hope that if you come back, just tell me that this is just a sick fucking joke. All I'm gonna say is you're gonna be all I'm gonna say is you're real lucky that you live in a different continent. Goodbye, guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Remember, spread awareness, stop human trafficking.